Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ethan here from Extreme RC 4x4, and today I'm going to try to get a little bit of work done on the Jeep Cherokee project. I might not get it all done tonight, but I do apologize. I'm a little bit stuffed up right now, so my voice might sound a little bit weird. But other than that, I'm just going to get right into what we're doing. I'm going to try to completely eliminate having this shock tower back here with the body post to open up an opportunity, if I do feel like it, going all the way and putting in a interior that goes all the way down to the floor in the back. And this is the roof rack. I'm not sure if I've shown this on camera yet, but it's 3/16 rod around the outside is the big stuff, and I'm not sure what the small stuff is exactly, but I just brazed this up because I didn't really want to use that Proline one. It didn't suit it very well, but here is what it looks like right now. I have to do a little bit more work on it still, and then maybe I'll be able to move on to the front bumper. Here's my plan, just to set up the shock like this. It is going to be compressed a little bit sitting here, but I think it'll help hold the weight of the truck better like that. But yeah, I'm just going to get started with that, and we'll see where we get to. Alright, so this is what I've got so far. You can see we've got channels here for our frame rails, as well as supporting pieces right here that'll eventually get some sliders that'll fit inside the C channel of the frame rail. I know you can't see that right now, but on the bottom I also put a plate here, and inside there's 5 pieces of tubing right there that you can see. The bonds of the black and white styrene, it never seems to bond greatly, so I am going to reinforce these a little bit with this piece right here. That'll fit right inside in between these pieces to strengthen it furthermore. I'm using this lighter here to heat up the styrene so that it's easier to bend, just for the purpose of making it stay in its position. The heat will help it stay instead of just bending it by hand. Got it sitting in there nice and level now. These extra ends will be trimmed off later, and now I can go ahead and glue it. Just by leaving a thin bead of glue along the edge. And then I'll go ahead and put some of these handy small clamps on here just to hold it for the gluing. Alright guys, after I ended up sanding all this down here, I was worried that this would be too thin up here, even before I started sanding it down and cutting the pieces. I was kind of worried that it was going to be too thin, and it ended up being kind of flexible after this happened. So I went ahead and put this piece around the outside here. It's another piece of styrene. And then I just bent the outside corners and I trimmed the shock mount pieces right here. I trimmed them on the outside, and then I went ahead and bent this around, and then you'll see I got a screw, the screw and the nut in there to hold this furthest back piece against it while it's gluing, and then I got a couple clamps holding the main section back there, and then after this hopefully it'll be plenty strong. And then I may end up trimming this down too, but I'm not sure how low I'll be able to go without it becoming weak again. And I've also thought about putting another one of these styrene plates along the front edge of the here too, just to make things equal on both sides. But this is the third day of this project, so I'm hoping to wrap this up pretty quickly, because I want to be able to work on some other things on the bench, because this mostly takes up everything. I've got like all my tools out right now. That's how projects seem to work out. This will be day number 4 of this build here. I guess you could call it day 3 because I didn't start getting this idea until day 2. But here's where we're at now. I'll go ahead and move this out of the way. You'll be able to see these screws in here. The screw just holds in this little piece here. Let's see if I can get it out. So this piece here sits inside the frame, and if you do own an SCX-10, you know that this cross member right here has 2 different positions. There's one that's further back and one that's more forward. I believe all of them come with it positioned further back. Even mine, which is an SCX-10 Dingo kit, which is the 11.4-inch wheelbase. It's discontinued now, which is kind of sad because this was a really cool truck. But anyways, to the point, I moved this into the forwardmost position, and now I can put this in here and use that extra screw hole. And my plan is to use this very thin sheet to, for the time being, to push this piece further out, and then I'll be able to glue it to the inside of this piece here. And so the idea with that is this piece will only be able to slide in and out of the frame rails once I'm completely done with it, so that it will stay inside the frame rails and better support the chassis, just like this. Alright guys, so here it is. This is our brand new shock mount for the rear. You can see how my C-channel pieces worked out here. It's definitely a little bit tight on the frame, but that's fine. Just because this is a plastic piece here, that might be better. And I have thought about reinforcing it on the outside, but I'll probably get to that later on. So this is really nice. It just slides right into the frame rails, without breaking. Alright guys, well here it is. It's all cleaned up, and I also cleaned up my work table just a little bit. Here it is. That's what we built over our 4-day period here. This was a bit longer of an episode to film just because I was learning just as we were going. Fix the light bar here. The roof rack will sit up higher in the front here. I got some supports that'll hold it up in the front just like that. But I'll have to make another video on that sometime. But here it is. Sits in there nice. It only attaches with 2 screws and nuts right there. You can see it on the other side, the nut. And I was able to keep this cross member in here, and the plastic piece on the inside here that sits inside the frame goes all the way back to our bolts back here. You can see this bolt hole right here about the plastic goes back here, but I had to move this frame, this mount right here out a little ways so that I can get the full length that I want with that bumper. And yeah, I'll go ahead and take the body off. So there it is. You can get a better look at it. We got this piece that runs down the middle here and goes out to these. On the outside, this stuff is thicker than right here, and then this is just one single sheet that runs along in here, as well as these outside sheets are just standalone. As far as it hangs down on the bottom, it does hang a little bit lower than the frame rails, but really not that noticeable, and I don't think it'll be a real clearance issue at all. But definitely works nice. Be able to get some articulation once we put some weight on here. But yeah, I'm definitely liking having the 4-link in the rear instead of that 3-link that the Dingo kit comes with. And the only concern would be these non-functional piggybacks on the axial shocks that sit right here on both sides. They do look like they would rub the tire. Yep, they will rub the tire. So that is an issue that will have to be covered in the future. As far as that goes, we'll maybe end up having to cut these piggybacks off here, or maybe even we'll just get another maybe we'll just get a different shock for this if I do end up going on that route. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making this. Let me know what you guys think of my work. This is my first attempt at building a structural component really out of styrene. So hopefully it worked out well, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, and please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos just like this.